and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get... Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, good evening. We have a small band of people. Julia Foster is among them. Steve Davis is there as well. Jeff Partridge. And we've got Frank Drebin and Jay Parr and Pillon, who and Paul Hayward's just joined us as well. So maybe some people haven't got this badge. Jeff, good evening. Jonathan Cost, good evening. Amy, hello. Tina, hello. Will B, hi guys. Hope you're all well. So chilled out, relaxed run. It's 13 kilometres, so it's quite a long way. So we'll be here for a good hour and 20 minutes at least, I would have thought. John's route is quite long at 13 kilometres. So let's just relax into it. Jeff's going to do 5k. No worries, Jeff. Tina said, Tina, I said nothing. It wasn't me. I think it was Jamie Caesar was talking about you, not me. Jonathan Cost says, just the one question tonight, right? What is it? Amy Green would have joined tonight, but she's absolutely knackered from yesterday. You did a good job yesterday, you guys. I do apologise that I couldn't join you. Yeah, I had a run to do in London that I was commissioned to film, so I had to go up to Bromley to run 10k up there. It was a fun event. Very warm, but I enjoyed myself. It was all right. But I did watch you guys suffering on my drive up, which was most amusing. You did well. Right, Jonathan Cost says, on your medal wall. Yes, on my medal wall. I can probably show you my medal wall if I take my camera off its stand or turn it round. Might be able to turn it round and point it at the medal wall. Right, Jonathan says you have one that is in the shape of the Madness emblem. Oh my goodness, I can't remember what the Madness emblem was. Is it a big square one in black and white? Is that the one you mean? I can't remember what the Madness emblem is. Amy, you did amazing last night. You were so quick. Really, really well done. You deserve the night off tonight. That's for sure. I have to cover 130k this week in my build-up to the Lakeland 100. So this run tonight, if we do 13k, this run will take me up to 100k for the week. So I've only got 10k to do tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, and I'll have covered my 130k. So that's okay, isn't it? That's pretty good. We'll take that. So I can have a nice relaxing end to the week. Does anybody in the run not have this badge? Question mark. Yes. Okay. I have a feeling it's not for... right, Jonathan says the medal that he's looking at, or looking for, he says it's black and white, with an M which is narrow at the bottom and wide at the top. Possibly a pork pie hat on the top of it. I do know the one you mean. I'm looking at it now. I cannot remember what it's for. I'm quite happy to get off the treadmill, go and get it, and have a look. But I have a feeling it's not very exciting, actually. A lot of the bigger medals, you know, a lot of race companies do very mundane races, but give you massive medals, and people enter them just to get the medal. But the races themselves are pretty boring. There's a... Oh no, I'm not going to mention it because it's not fair on the race company. But anyway. Alright, Jonathan says, no, don't do that. Well, I'm tempted to just get off and have a look at the name of the... Hang on, let me just get off and I'll tell you what name of the race is. Hang on. Right, it's the Portsmouth Marathon. Portsmouth Coastal Marathon. That's not a bad race, actually. It's odd, I don't remember getting that medal for that race. I don't remember them being that big. Let me just have one more look, hang on. Yeah, it is the Portsmouth Marathon. So it's the Portsmouth Coastal Marathon. And it was the 2019 edition. And it was called Marathon Madness. And it was the it was their 10th anniversary medal. So that's why it was a bit of an extra large sized one. Well, I guess it's because it was called Marathon Madness. Jonathan says it's strange that they chose the Madness emblem. Yeah, because they called it Marathon Madness. So I guess that's why. I do actually quite enjoy that marathon. It's quite a good one because it's on the coast, and you've got a little bit of beach. You've got tarmac. You've got a hard-packed trail. You run through the city. You run along the seafront. You run on trails. You run through woodland. It's really nice. And it's relatively flat, so you can do a fairly quick one. I think I did 3 hours 20 for that one. Oh, Jonathan says Madness was his favourite band as a teenager. Surprising actually that. I would have thought that let me think of something. I would have thought that the Beatles were your favourite band as a teenager, Jonathan, in the 60s, no? That joke took too long to think about, didn't it? It just didn't work. Paul Hayward says he does have the badge. So I don't know if Frank Drebin has got the badge. And it is actually Frank Drebin. I looked it up. So it's F Drebin there from Canada. He is actually called himself Frank Drebin. Jonathan had the Madness logo emblazoned on his school bag. Tina says I was on dangerous ground just then. What was your favourite band as a teenager then? Tina? Don't tell me, don't tell me. Who did that tune? Who was that? Was that your favourite band, Tina? What was the name of the guy? He died in a plane crash, didn't he? Oh, very famous brass band conductor and writer. Oh, who was it? See, shows I'm so young that I can't remember who it was. Jonathan says, Glenn Miller, that was it. Yeah, Glenn Miller. Glenn Miller was Tina's favourite band as a teenager. Duran Duran. Oh no. I used to hate Duran Duran. I don't mind them now. In fact, their later songs, when once they got older, their later songs are actually pretty good. Another Day was a fabulous tune. But all that 80s stuff. No, actually, hang on. Hungry Like the Wolf, that was a good song. Girls on Film, that was a good song. But the ones I hated were kind of Wild Boys, all that stuff. All that Wild Boys nonsense, that was rubbish. Amy loved a bit of Spice Girls. Yeah, so Jonathan says, I'd love to erase every Beatles tune from history. And Elvis as well. Have you seen that film? The name of which I can't remember. But it's about a guy who wakes up one morning and works out during the day that nobody knows who the Beatles are. Some, you know, it was some kind of weird, some storm happened in the night, and when he woke up, nobody knew who the Beatles were. So he sets about rewriting all the Beatles songs, and becomes incredibly famous with all these amazing songs. Until then, he's just been like a mediocre songwriter. And so he writes all the Beatles tunes. And then over the course of the film, various other people come to light who also remember the Beatles and start accusing him of plagiarism. But nobody believes them because obviously nobody's heard of the Beatles. But, you know, like, I don't know how many, but like, there's only one or two people in the entire world who know other than this guy. Can't remember what it's called though. Tina Beard also hated the Beatles. And as for Paul McCartney, don't get me started. Wow, what's all this? All this hate for the Beatles. Amazing. Were you all Rolling Stones fans then as well? Or? So we had a good Film My Run 500 this morning. Got that one done. Another 500 metres of climbing in the bag. So ramping up the miles. This week 130k. Next week we do 140k. Week after that 150. Week after that we do a 100-mile week. That'll be the top of my mileage. And then we have 2 weeks of taper before we get into the Lakeland 100. Oh wow, okay, Tina Beard was a Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd girl. Yeah, well, a couple of my mates when I was a teenager were well into Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. In fact, I went to a Pink Floyd concert in 1990 something. Was it Pink Floyd or Yes? It may have been Yes, actually, not Pink Floyd. Anyway, I went to see... My mate was into Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Yes, Journey, all those kind of bands. Jonathan Cost was not into Pink Floyd, not into the Rolling Stones. I was never a big Rolling Stones fan, but I was a Beatles fan. When I was 12, I managed to get hold of every single Beatles 7-inch single. Unfortunately, they're not worth an awful lot because there are so many of them about. Jeff Partridge has now started already tapering for Lakeland. He's done his peak week of 132 miles. 132 miles? Oh, of course, spine. Ha! Yes. Very good. So yeah, Jeff did the Summer Spine Challenger this last week. So that's 100 miles, and he's obviously done more mileage that week. So yeah, Jeff won't get that high again before Lakeland. Yeah, I'm going to try and do at least one. Well, I am going to do 100-mile week 2 weeks before Lakeland. We've got, me and Victoria have got the Ultra Trail Snowdonia 50k next week. So that's 50k, so that will mean I don't have to try and put in quite so many kilometres next week leading up to that. I'll need to do 90k, won't I? Before the Saturday. Okay, Spine Challenger is 114 miles, so Jeff did another 18 or so miles in the week before leading up to that. So Julia Foster, Steve Davis, Paul Hayward and Jeff Partridge all right with me. We've got Parr, Hillon and Drebin up ahead, knocking it out a bit quicker. I'm just going to message HQ and see how they're doing, because we haven't spoken to HQ for ages. So let me just pop a message in the HQ chat. Let's see if they respond before the end of the run. We'll be able to tell you what's going on. They HQ have been very quiet recently. Since, remember last month or a couple of months ago now, quite a few people were made redundant at Zwift, and there was a bit of a shift in personnel, and so some of the people who I have been dealing with over in California, some of them lost their jobs, some of them are possibly moving to other departments, and we still don't entirely know who is in charge of running, whether it's still going to be. So I often talk about Sean Jefferson and Craig Taylor, Alyssa, Jenna. Unfortunately, Jenna Crawford had to leave, was made redundant. Amanda was made redundant, who we've dealt with before. But Sean and Craig are still there, and Alyssa is still there. But Sean keeps telling us they're not quite sure whether they're moving to another department or not, or whether they're still going to be with running. So a few of us that talk to HQ regularly, people like myself, Jordan Maddox, Tim Gross, John Hancock, Eric Schlange, Carissa Min, we're all people who we don't actually work for Zwift, but we work with them in a way. So we're not staff members of Zwift, but there's quite a few of us, and we're all in a bit of a limbo really, because we don't know who we're supposed to be talking to at the moment, because I don't think Zwift know who's in charge of what department these days. It's a bit of a mess, really. But I'm hoping that it's going to be sorted out fairly soon, and we'll have a definite answer as to who we're going to be speaking to on a regular basis from now on. Jonathan says, I messaged John Hancock about a long-standing bug today. Didn't know who at Zwift to notify. No, we can pass things on, but Zwift is basically kind of still sitting in some kind of limbo land, especially running. Don't panic, running isn't going to disappear. They're not going to just cut running off. I mean, running really doesn't cost, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't cost all that much to keep going. And there are a lot of runners on Zwift, it's not a massive amount, it's nowhere near the number of cyclists, but there are a good number of runners on Zwift, so it's not going to disappear. They'd anger and upset a lot of people if they just cut everything off. But we're at even more limbo now than we were 2 years ago when the big takeover happened with the new investors coming in, and when we got all that new money that was going to be used for hardware development, which is now stopped. So there's no hardware development going on. There's going to be no new Zwift smart bike or smart trainer as there was. It was even announced, and there were prototypes sent out and prototype photos released to the media of the new Zwift bike, smart bike and smart trainer. And now it's all been scrapped. So 2 years or so since the big investment, and we don't seem to be much further on than we were. Certainly not with running. Pace partners. We've had some new pace partners, that's been nice. And 1 or 2 new routes. Some route badges, which is okay. But no new levels, no really new features for runners. Certainly no workout. Mo Farah would miss Zwift, says Paul Hayward. Yeah, he's on it fairly regularly. He does like a bit of Zwift running. Right, will be that So Wilby says, does anyone know a fix for the pixelating on Apple TV, or is it an update issue? It's being worked on as we speak. So that is basically the latest thing that we've been talking to Zwift HQ about, is the Apple TV bug. I don't know if it's on Monday Run Club and on Wednesday Workout. I don't know if it's on anything else, but everything's okay on PC and on the iPhone. Just seems to be Apple TV that's the problem. But yeah, they are definitely working on it. Right, coming up to 4K done. That's 4 kilometers done, everyone. Well done. Let's keep it going nice and steady. Okay, Jeff Partridge says the release note for last week's release says the pixel bug has been fixed. What was it like last night? Did anybody do the Wednesday workout on Zwift on Apple TV last night? Was it fixed? Thanks for letting us know, Jeff. Okay, so Tina says it was still there last night, though. Do you know if your Apple TV updated? I mean, it may be that it has been fixed, but Will B says it was a mess last night. And Jonathan says, I think Clive had some issues looking at his companion app activity. Okay, so his pictures on his ZCA, yeah. So whether it's fixed or not, maybe Apple TV hasn't updated on most systems yet. But we'll see. So a few people have seen my comment on the Zwift HQ messaging group, but nobody has yet responded. Half an hour gone. Are we all comfortably in zones 1 or 2? Question mark. So, Steve Davis should be in zone 1. Jeff Partridge should be in zone 1 or 2. I'm in zone 1. Paul Hayward should be in zone 1 or 2. Don't know about Julia Foster. I think Jeff said he was going to go up to 5k, so Jeff's got about 500 meters to go before he calls it a day. Oh, nice, Jeff. 109 BPM, so Jeff is well in zone 1. Comfortable. Paul Hayward is in low zone 2, so that's good. Well done, Paul. So we've got half an hour gone, and at least I would say another 45 minutes or 50 minutes to go. Unless we decide to sprint out the last 5k. I can't see that happening. Steve Davis says low zone, low 1, 2. Okay. Oh, low zone. I think low zone 2. So 115 beats per minute. That should be zone 1, I think, for Steve. Yeah, low zone 1, that surely is. Right, Jeff's legs are feeling okay, so he's gonna stick with us for a bit longer. Yes, I'm well aware, but I was also in zone 5 last night, Jonathan. Or zone 4 and 5. So Jonathan says poor Victoria was not in zone 1 or 2 last night. She wasn't, no. I don't know if you watched. Paul Hayes said leave the sprinting to Victoria. Yeah. 8 kilometres to go. Yeah, if you didn't see last night, Victoria managed the stream last night because I was out, and Victoria had to do the Wednesday workout in about 32-degree heat last night, and yeah, she was definitely pushing the heart rate up there into zone 5. But to be fair to me, I was also working hard. I was at the Bromley 10K in London, and I had planned to take it very easy and interview lots of people on the way round. As it was, I started quite near the front and I got swept along a little bit with some of the faster runners. So I ended up going faster than I expected, and at the end working harder than I expected. I still managed to interview 4 or 5 people on the way round, but I went a lot quicker than I was expecting, and my heart rate was definitely in zones 4 and 5 in the hot weather. 44 minutes for 10k may not be world-beating, but it felt pretty quick yesterday. So 44 minutes for my 10k yesterday in Bromley. Yeah, Jonathan says, I note that you'll be sacrificing a run holiday soon in order to buy air conditioning. We'll see if that comes to fruition, Jonathan, yes. I think the pull of a holiday, sometimes it's Victoria who's more enticed by the thought of a holiday than me. And we kind of sit there looking at each other and we go, should we spend the money on the house or should we go on holiday? And Victoria looks at me and I look at Victoria and we go, oh, let's go on holiday. Let's take the kids on holiday. 5k done. So Jeff's going to carry on another 3k because after the summer spine challenger, he's feeling okay. Legs aren't too bad. Jeff, is this your first run back? Is this your first event since? Massive well done, by the way, Jeff. Great achievement to finish that race. Really good. Victoria is out with the club tonight, so she's running with Worthing Harriers. They're doing... what are they doing tonight? Oh, they're doing the summer handicap race, which is a lovely run. Well, no, it's not the summer handicap race, but it's recceing the summer handicap route. Okay, so this is Jeff Partridge's first run back since finishing the Spine Challenger on Monday morning. So what's today, Thursday evening? Well done, Jeff. So only 2 or 3 days off, and Jeff is back running. He says his feet are still a bit puffy, but he can run. Yes, that is some achievement, Jeff. Just glad your knees held out. Considering the problems you've had at the Arc and things like that, you know, over recent years, Jeff, finishing that is not an easy run to finish. Jeff says, I said, glad your knees held out. And he said, yes, so was I. So now you've got to drag me through the Lakeland run, haven't you? I need all your worldly wisdom about Lakeland, because I know absolutely nothing about the route at all. Apart from the first half is harder than the second half, so I've heard. So 5.5k in, 7.5 to go. Not quite halfway yet, but we're nice and comfortable. Jogging along through Watopia on John's Route to get the John's Route badge for anyone that doesn't have it. Both halves of the Lakeland 100 are hard, says Jeff. We'll be alright. It's only the Lake District, isn't it? How hard can it be? Lovely walk in the Lake District for 48 hours or however long it is. Jeff, you've told me this before, but is the 50 the second half or the first half of the 100? I'm guessing it's the second half, isn't it? Yeah, fingers crossed I can get it done in under 40. That'd be good. I think I've said on my Lakeland 100 training series videos, I'd like to get it done in under 30, but maybe that is a bit ambitious. Well, you know, set your goals high, eh? So if we aim for under 30 hours. If I get it done in under 40, then it's all right, isn't it? I was going to say it's a bonus, but you know what I mean. It'll do. Or, if I aim for under 30, I crash and burn at halfway, because it's so hard. Okay, Jeff says 30 is a bit ambitious, but doable. I tell you what I'm going from. I'm just going from all the people who seem to do the Arc and the Lakes. They seem to get about the same times. So I've done Arc 3 times and I've never got more than 30 hours. So if the Lakeland 100 is equally as tough, then it's reasonable to expect that I could possibly do 30 hours, but you know, I just don't know anything about the course, so I could be completely wrong and it could completely mess me up. Amy says you've got to have goals. Yeah. So let's set it at 30 hours, and if I come in at 35 or 40, then so be it. Right, we're 6 kilometres in with 7 to go. I think I'll run to 13k. Because then that'll make it 100k for the week so far. So let's round up this week's running to 100k by doing another 7 kilometres tonight from here. Oh, really? Okay. Jeff says Lakeland is a slower run. 28-hour Arc is a 39-hour Lakeland. Okay. Oh, and maybe... Right, maybe I need to reassess a little bit then. Okay. I will take the advice of the guy who knows. Well, I mean, the thing is, I'm guessing there's less runnable terrain in Lakeland. I mean, in the Arc, you've got quite a lot of miles of runnable, like even tarmac in the middle. The Penzance bit is all tarmac for a good 5 to 7 miles, isn't it? And then at the end, you've got a lot of tarmac through Hale as well. And a lot of the trails are not that gnarly. I mean, a lot of them are, but you know. So you might well be right that there might be less runnable trail in Lakeland, and so it will be slower. Okay, boys and girls, we are just about halfway. We'll stop. Well done, everyone. Keep it up. I am going to stay at this pace the whole way. Full stop. Please feel free to push on if you want to. Jonathan Cost has got jobs to do, so he's off. Take care, Jonathan. Thanks for joining. See you soon. Jeff, I am thinking of getting Speedgoat 5s, but I don't know. I'm also thinking of getting Innovate Mud Claws for the Ben Nevis Ultra. Oh, bless you, Jonathan. Thank you. The price goes up the longer you run for. Nice. Ben Nevis Ultra is 52 kilometers, Jeff. So that's in September, but that's really slow as well. I mean, it's it's hard going. It's really hard going, and some of the descents are just ridiculously steep, and you're going down on muddy bog. Like, it's literally just a mudfest bog going down hills, some of them. And the people who seem to do best on those sections are the people who are wearing Innovate Mud Claws or the Salomon, is it Terra X or... anyway, those ones, Speed Cross, Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to wear them for a 100 miler, no. Right, we are 7 kilometres in, or nearly 7 kilometres in, with 6 kilometres to go. So well over halfway now, just cruising, keeping the heart rate in zone 1. Just continuing to build that aerobic base, or build on the aerobic base that I already have. I must say, I have been feeling pretty strong last couple of weeks. I think that the training is starting to pay dividends. I can feel myself getting stronger. Yeah, I had a pair of Speedcross that disintegrated years ago. I've never worn any since, which is why I was thinking of going for the mud claws. Too narrow in the toe, Speedcross, for me. So it feels like it's just a case of getting the job done tonight. Just rocking along, ticking off the kilometres slowly. Jeff says, I'm loving my La Sportiva Raptors. Are the Raptors, have they got big lugs, Jeff? Bigger lugs than the Speed Goat 5s is what I want.
Right on!
Tina says she's back. She had to go and have her dinner. Did I miss much? No, Tina, we're having a chilled evening. So me and Jeff are just discussing Lakeland 100 versus the Arc of Attrition. How long it'll take me to do the Lakeland 100, and we're talking about different shoes and lugs on shoes for trail running. What might be best for Lakeland, what might be best for the Ben Nevis Ultra. Jeff says Hoka are a non-existent reference point for me. Well, Speed Goats do have decent lugs, but not for the kind of terrain on Ben Nevis. So yes, for the Arc, fine, and I think probably for Lakeland, fine as well. But for Ben Nevis, it's going to have to be Mudclaw-sized lugs. I think I really need some solid grip on those boggy descents. Because like both times I've done Ben Nevis so far, I've gone down this one particular descent, which is so steep, I've gone down it on my backside and slid down the mud, basically. I'll have a look at the Raptors though, Jeff. Tina, we were just saying that this is Jeff's first run since finishing his 100 miler on Monday. Well, it's 114 miles Jeff did on the weekend. Finished on Monday morning, and today's his first run back. And he was only going to do 5k, but he's feeling good enough to do. He's coming up to 8k now, so it remains to be seen whether he's going to manage to go on a bit further. Okay, I'll have a look at them then. I am hoping that Lakeland will be dry, mostly. I'd like a really nice sunny Lakeland with some beautiful sunsets. Amy says so many trainers. I know, there are so many different ones to choose from. Tinnibiz says she has speed cross, but they are narrow. But they're really good in bad mud. Yeah, you see, the Ben Nevis Ultra is sponsored by Salomon. So they recommend using Salomon Speed Cross in their races. So there's obviously a bit of marketing going on there. And I think I would prefer to use the Innovate Mud Claws for Ben Nevis. But you can't use Innovate Mud Claws for something like Lakeland because they're not cushioned enough for that kind of distance. And they've got pretty hefty lugs, so they might be quite uncomfortable to wear for 100 miles. I know people who've done it. Jeff says speed cross lugs aren't that good. Right, 5k to go. By the way, if you're watching and you're new here and you don't know what's going on, hello, I'm Stephen. Nice to see you. Hello. This is the Bag That Badge run. So on Zwift we have achievement badges for doing various routes because Zwift is a computer game essentially. We're just hitting 8k. So Zwift is a computer game for runners and cyclists. And so as a computer game, you go up the levels, achieving points and getting virtual prizes. And one of the things you can do is earn achievement badges for doing certain things. So it might be running a mile in under 7 minutes or something. Running a half marathon, you get a badge. But you also get badges for doing certain routes on Zwift. So this series called Bag That Badge is about getting those route achievement badges. So we run this series. This is the second time that we've run this series, and there are more route achievement badges to get now than when we did the first run through. So we've got 16 weeks of badges to collect, one a week. Today's is called John's Route, and let me just go to the menu and show you what I mean. So we can go to menu and then we go to badges here, look. And so there's a few generic badges that you can get. So you've given 100 ride-on gets you 100 ride-ons gets you the fan club badge. Doing a U-turn gets you the Into the Wind badge for some reason. And then we scroll down. And here's the route achievement badges for cycling. I've got a few of them, but not any. I've got 2 or 3, I think. And here are some routes. Here's some running achievements. So, running a mile in a single session, running a 5k in a single session, running a total of 100 miles, running a total of 500 miles, running a mile in under 6 minutes. So you can get those kind of badges. But these are the ones we're after. These route achievement badges here. So every time you achieve a badge, it pops up here. So I having done this a few times now, I have got all the badges, but it's nice to try and help other people get theirs. So today we're doing this one, which is John's Route, which is 12.8 kilometers. So that's what we're doing today. So the next one will be next Thursday at the same time. So whatever time it is where you are, we started just about an hour ago, 56 minutes ago we started. So we start in the UK 6:15 p.m. every Thursday. for the Bag That Badge run, and if you want to join us, you can join us next Thursday. Jeff Partridge is doing the Serpent Trail 100k in 9 days' time, which is a beautiful run in West Sussex and Hampshire, I think. Amy Green says she needs to attempt a mile in under 7 minutes. We should do that. Maybe we should use one of these Bag That Badge episodes to run some of those events as well. We could have Bag That Badge specials, couldn't we? Like randomly popping up during the week, where we just run a mile in 7 minutes or whatever. Right, Tina would like to have a go at the under 7 one as well. Do you want to? I mean, are you serious about that, Amy and Tina? Would you like to give it a go and try and do a mile in under 7 minutes? Because we can set that up as an event, and we can all do it together, and just push each other along. It's only 7 minutes of hard work, isn't it? Just very hard work for 7 minutes. What is if you go to menu and look in your, edit your settings, what is your current fastest mile on the treadmill? I think we should set the event up just for fun. And there's no pressure, just we'll set the event up and just go for it, and if people can do it, great. If they don't manage it, then not to worry. So we are 9 kilometres in now. We've got 4 to go. Jeff Partridge is still with us. Right, Tina, 7:31. So you can definitely do 7 minute mile. Easily. Without a shadow of a doubt. If you absolutely go for it and concentrate, you will be able to do a 7 minute mile. Right, Jeff Partridge has decided he's now going to 10k. So originally, Jeff was going to do 5k. Then he thought, well, I may as well do 8k. Legs are feeling all right, so he's done 8k. And now we can't get rid of him. Now he's coming to 10k with us. can't get rid of you, Jeff. Oh, Amy, 7:03? Come on, both of you. Both of you have got this. Right, we're definitely setting this up then. We are definitely setting up a 7-minute mile Bag That Badge special. It's gonna happen. We'll set it up as a workout, so we'll have a 2-kilometre warm-up with a couple of strides thrown in to loosen the legs, and then 7-minute mile. So we'll set it up as a workout and we'll put it on the calendar officially. Seven-minute mile. Oh, now you've got me, Tina. Tina says, how fast is a 7-minute mile in kilometres? Don't know, can't work it out. Hang on. Four minutes 20 per kilometre. So that's, 4 minutes 20 per kilometre. It's fairly quick. So that's 13.8 kilometres per hour for 7 minutes. That's what you'd have to do. 13.8 kilometres per hour for 7 minutes. It's a big ask, but I think you can do it. But we'll need the warm-up first, at least. So we'll do the 2-kilometre warm-up with the strides. And Tina says gulp. And then we'll go for it. I just checked as well, and I still haven't had a reply from Zwift HQ to my message. Well, Amy and Tina, the Wednesday workout, those sessions will definitely help in that regard, because that's getting you to run at a sustained fast pace for a period of time, and then you don't get much recovery as well. So keep on doing those sessions on a Wednesday, and that will massively help towards getting a 7-minute mile. Definitely. And let's do it on a Wednesday as well. Let's do it on a Wednesday in place of Wednesday workout. So maybe we'll have another month of Wednesday workouts. So four more Wednesday workouts, and then we'll do it. Something like that, if I can get it organised. Right, 3 kilometres to go. Yeah, to be fair, you're right, Amy. There is no recovery, really. It's just fast all the way, isn't it? It's like not quite as fast, and then not quite as fast again. Oh, for crying out loud, make your mind up, Anne. Jeff says, I may as well stay to the end now. He was always going to do that. We knew he was going to do that. Yeah, so Tina says she did Group C of Wednesday workout last night, but at 103%. So next step is to do Group B at, say, 95% or something. So yeah, join Group B next week, Tina. Remember, you can now reduce the percentage to below 90%. I think you can go to 75% now. So you can reduce it a lot more if it's really, really hurting. So try Group B and put it at like 90 or 95% and see how that feels. I will almost certainly be there next Wednesday, so we can drag you all along. What noodle? Now you're talking. Right, Will B says maybe with 1.6 kilometres to go on this run, I could show them how it's done. Right, I don't know whether to do that or not, because if I do it, it sounds like it's like I'm showing off or something horrible like that. I feel a bit of an idiot. You all know what a 7-minute mile looks like, don't you? So Amy is trying to convince Tina to go for Group B. Tina says taxi for Tina. Well, I'll do a 7-minute mile at the end of this if you really want me to, but I see no reason to do that. Other than to make Will laugh. Will B says in massive capital letters, go on, you know you want to. No, I don't want to. No, I don't. Oh, don't make me do it. If you're not subscribed to the Zwift Run channel, do it now. Click that button. Right, just over 2k to go now. Bag that badge, John's route. Well, I mean, it should be relatively easy for me, Tina. I mean, if I'm doing proper marathon pace, so I should be doing 14.2 kilometers per hour for 26 miles. So 13.8 for 1 mile. Yeah, I mean, it should be relatively comfortable. I mean, I don't mind, if you really want me to do a 7-minute mile, I don't mind showing you what it looks like, but, you know, I hadn't planned, I mean, well, whatever. If you want me to, I will. Just coming up to 11k. Like I say, we are going to do 13, so we've got 2 to go, even though the screen says less than 2k to go to the end of Bag That Badge. I will just do the extra 300 meters just to make it up to 13k for the evening. So there's 11, 2 to go. Amy says it's entirely up to you. I won't do it because I think I'd feel awkward and weird, just like as though I'm showing off or something. I don't want to do that. Let's just do nice, easy, comfortable 13k like we always planned. I did tell everyone at the beginning I was going to stay at this pace to the end, so that's what we'll do. You guys you've all seen me run quick before. You don't need to see me flexing my muscles or anything. Not that I've got any muscles. Don't do any upper body work, so. Amy says 14.2 kilometers per hour for 26 miles seems crazy, but I know it's all relative. Yeah, because if you think about it, Kipchoge does 26 miles at over 21 kilometers an hour. So the world record for the marathon is under 2. Well, it's 2 hours, isn't it? 2 hours and a minute, but unofficially is under 2 hours. Eliud Kipchoge ran 1 minute 59 something. So he's going at faster than 21 kilometers per hour for 26 miles. My treadmill doesn't even go that fast. So there you go. He's going faster than my treadmill goes at top speed for 2 hours solid. So Amy, you are right. It is all relative. I could say I'm a fast runner compared to my wife. But, you know, the guy who ran the Bromley 10k last night in 33 minutes, he did 10k 11 minutes quicker than me. You know, so he's faster than me, and that's all relative. And then there are national runners and international elite athletes who are way faster than that still, so right, Jeff Partridge did a warm-up before this run, so he's already at 13.7 kilometers. It's been a nice little run. We've had some nice chats, haven't we? Tina and Amy and Will B and Jonathan Cost earlier and Jeff Partridge, thank you very much. Paul Hayward, all joining in the chat. It's been very nice. It hasn't been crazy banter. It hasn't been Lots of ribbing and hilarity. It's just been some nice chats. Will be. Kipchoge makes it look effortless, I know, and that's the skill of an elite runner, isn't it? To run at such a fast pace with such a long, fast look, comfortable. Tina's been tidying the kitchen. I'm putting the trash out, I assume, Tina. So Victoria should be halfway through her run, or maybe a bit more than halfway through her run with the club tonight. She's gone outside doing a 10k summer handicap route, which is a lovely run that we do every summer. Bin day was last night for us. We put the bins out last night, collected them in this morning. Oh, so yeah, I suppose bin day was today, because they collected the bins today, yes. So it was bin day today for us as well, Jeff. Amy Green says, my excuse will always be that my legs are short. Yeah, but I tell you what, there are some dead short, fast runners. What's that? Jeff Partridge, what's your namesake? She's a really good runner. Thingy Partridge. I've forgotten her first name. But there's a marathon runner, British lady, called something Partridge. I can't remember her name. Anyway, she's really short, but very, very fast. Right, we have 1 kilometre to go. Jeff complaining that he's got short legs as well. I'm going to look her name up. Is it Lily Partridge? Funnily enough, though, I don't think that's the name I'm thinking of. Maybe it is Lily Partridge then. Maybe it actually isn't her that I'm thinking of, though. And there's that girl from Sunderland as well, whose name I also can't remember. I'm useless, aren't I? It's pathetic. Ridiculous. Ali Dixon. Ali Dixon is quite short. She's a very fast female runner. Susan Partridge. No, I think it is Lily Partridge. But I think it was also Ali. Ali Dixon is somebody who sticks in my mind as not very tall, but very fast. Thank you for sticking with me tonight, Paul, Julia and Jeff. Yeah, Ali Dixon is short, says Jeff, yeah. And she is, Ali Dixon is a 2:30 marathon runner. Only the best here, Paul. So we're coming up to the end of the Bag That Badge route, which is 12.8, and then we'll just do another couple of 100 metres just to make it up to the 13 kilometres for the night, and that will give me 100 kilometres for the week so far. So I need to do another 30k over the weekend, over Friday and the weekend, so that's easily doable. In fact, that's quite a nice relaxing weekend. Jeff says, nice, easy leg stretch, thanks team. Watopia Run Festival. $10k tomorrow. Paul Hayward needs another 500 metres. I need another 200 metres. Will B says, well done all. Amy Green says, great running everyone. Oh, there's one of our pace partners running in the opposite direction. Did you hear that the pace partners are going to be in the jungle next month? So pace partners are going to change to running around the jungle next month. That's a post on Facebook, on the Facebook runners page today. So the question is, are we going to stay with Paul for another 200 metres so that he gets to 13 kilometres? Oh! Look at that, I've gone off. There's my camera angles changing the direction for me. Sorry, Paul. I'm sure Paul can manage the last 200 metres on his own. Yeah, so right at the end, my camera angles changed the direction that I was running. It doesn't happen during an event. During a proper event, it doesn't happen. But when I'm solo running, as we were just at the end there, the camera angles take over directions. Anyway, there we are. Right, so that's Film My Run 500 done this morning and Bag That Badge done this evening. Hilarious technical right at the end. But we will be back tomorrow for the Watopia Run Festival 10K. So if you've been doing any of the Watopia Run Festival events this week, well done. But I'm going to run the Watopia Run Festival 10K tomorrow, starting, I think it's 6 p.m. tomorrow. Let me see. Tomorrow. Yeah. So 6 p.m. tomorrow. So instead of doing the ZLDR recovery hour, which we often do at 6:30, we're going to do the Zwift Run Festival 10K tomorrow. So that's what we'll do. So until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. Been most enjoyable run. Thank you for your chat. Thank you for staying with me, Jeff and Julia and Paul. And Tina Beard did 5k of the Watopia Run Festival today. So she's going to see us tomorrow. Amy says see you soon. So yeah, take care everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Most enjoyable. Had a good time. And we'll see you for the Watopia Run Festival 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.